Hello, and welcome to another video. So I bought a few things from The Ordinary. I was just on their website buying the niacinamide serum and a couple of other things, and I've known for a while that they had foundation, but I'm still pretty new to The Ordinary, so I didn't want to dive into that too soon. But you can't argue with their price points. So I picked up a couple things. This is their primer, and this is the coverage foundation. I've known for a while that they have a line of foundations. I didn't know they had primers, so this was a nice surprise. So I figured, why not? I'll give them a try. I'm not out that much money if I hate them. Yeah, I'm going to be testing these out. I'm not going to test them together. I'm gonna have to do separate videos because they're products that I'm not familiar with. I don't know how they're gonna wear on my skin. So testing a new primer with a new foundation, if something goes wonky or something looks weird, I won't know which one it is, if that makes sense. I want to test this alone without any primer underneath it, and this one I'm going to wear test with a foundation that I'm familiar with, something that something I know is going to wear well on my skin. So if a makeup that I know looks good on me starts looking weird, I know it's because of this. If I tried these together, then I won't necessarily know which one is to blame for anything weird on my skin. I won't know if it's this looking weird or if it's this looking weird. So we're doing them separately. This is the guy that I'm focusing on today, and this is the Ordinary High-Adherence Silicone Primer. High-Adherence Blurring Surface Smoother and Primer. So the reason why I was really interested in trying this is because it says high adherence, but it's also a silicone primer. And I've mentioned on my channel a few times that I'm not a huge fan of silicone primers. I just feel like they don't do my skin any favors. I feel like they can be pore filling and smoothing, absolutely. But for me personally, they just don't seem to help my makeup last longer on my face, which to me is something that a makeup primer should be doing. It should be helping your makeup stay on your face longer, and I don't feel like silicone heavy primers do that. For me, there are a lot of people who love them. That's awesome. I don't. So the fact that this is high adherence really intrigues me. Where are the ingredients? 1, 2, 3. Yep. The third ingredient is dimethicone. But this was the recommendation of somebody online for flawless makeup. So I figured for $6.90 or whatever it is, for around $7, why not? Let's throw caution to the wind and add this to the shopping cart. I've already read the front for you. Let's, where are the instructions? So on the side here, it says, high adherence silicone primer with advanced adaptive silicones. The directions are to use as the last step in skincare regimen, either on its own or as a makeup primer. If irritation occurs, cease use and consult a physician. Use only as directed on unbroken skin. Patch testing prior to use is advised. Refer to our website for an in-depth guide to patch testing. Keep out of reach of children. And below that it says, this supports makeup adherence, visible surface texture, and hydration. Also in tiny letters right here it says fragrance free. So that's pretty much everything on the box. That's what it looks like. Wow. Yeah, on the back here it says exactly the same thing that the box said. I'm just really curious to see if this will work, because apparently this has a slight tack to it, and I prefer a tacky primer. So the fact that the selling point of this is that it's high adherence, I'm really hoping that I like it, because I like a lot of the Ordinary's skincare products. A plus. So I'm really hoping that I like this and this, because The Ordinary has not let me down so far. So yeah, I'm just going to take this and put it on which half of my face? I'm gonna put it on this half of my face. So I'm gonna put the primer on this half of my face, leave this half of my face primerless, and then we'll see what happens. I'm gonna take off the safety seal. You have no idea how hard it was for me to resist pulling this off. As soon as I got these in the mail, as soon as I get things in the mail, I like to open everything up like this, take it out of the boxes, check it out to make sure that number one, because I'm just curious. It's like Christmas every time I get packages. I love to open them up and see what's inside. Number two, I want to make sure that nothing is damaged, that what I got is what I was supposed to get, etc. So it was hard for me, really hard for me to resist pulling this off so we could do it together. So here we go. Ah, yay. Kind of anticlimactic, to be honest, but I'm gonna put the lid back on. Gonna give it a shake, just cause. All right, and hello? Look at that. Oh, there it is. Hey, there we go. That's what it looks like. Looks white. That's probably way more than I need. Put that on the back of my hand. Oh yeah, it's gonna be more than enough. So it feels like it has silicone in it. Just gonna go ahead and apply it to my face like I would any other primer. Oh boy. Yeah, I can feel that silicone. Oh brother. Okay, so it's not supposed to have a smell. And I'm sure they didn't. This is fragrance free, but there is a smell to it. A very, very slight smell. I don't know if, like, most people probably wouldn't notice. I'm just really, really getting it into the larger pores beside my nose and on my cheek right here. I just really want to get that primer pushed in. It's very faint. Like, I didn't even pick up the scent at first. It's almost like green apple. Yeah, it smells like when you take a nice ripe fresh apple and you just stick it in your nose. Not literally in your, but you take an apple and you just, the smell of a fresh apple. That is what this smells like, the tiniest bit. It's the oddest thing. I wonder what's in there that makes it smell. There's a whole lot of stuff I can't understand. Perfect. Regardless, it's fragrance free. It's not a bad smell. I can't smell it on my skin. I could smell it on my fingers where I was rubbing it in. I have a very sensitive nose, which is why one of the reasons why I'm so picky about smells. And I didn't even pick it up at first. Boom. There we go. Hello. So there's nothing on this side of my face. Except a couple red spots, but whatever. There's no primer on this side. The primer is on this side of my face. Can you even tell? Great. So now that we've got that, it feels really nice and smooth. It doesn't feel too silicone-y, but I gotta be honest with you, I don't notice a tackiness to it. I don't. It feels very smooth. It feels like It doesn't feel too heavy on the silicone, but I can definitely tell that there's silicone there. Like this side of my face without, this just has skincare on it. That side of my face is tackier than this side of my face. So I don't exactly know how this is going to be high adherence, but we're gonna find out. Got a mirror, got a brush, and I got a puff. And I got makeup. This is a mixture of the Holika Hardcover Glow Foundation and a teensy weensy little bit of the NYX foundation mixer in white. That's all that's in there. I'm just lazy and don't want to mix it every time, so I mix it in this little pot and leave it in here. So I'm just going to apply this to my face normally, not too much. How do I look? I'll just go in with a brush and just start smoothing that out. Oh my gosh, is it actually sticking better? Now that I've got that all on there with a brush, I'm gonna go in with the puff and just press everything in. Oh no. Why is it doing that? So the primer seems to be clumping a little bit right here. Or the primer seems to be making the makeup look clumpy. Which is why I don't really like to rely on primers. I feel personally that skincare is the best primer. If you figure out the right skincare routine for your skin, and you should have no problem putting makeup on top of it and having it last a long time. Just a proper skincare routine for your skin type. I don't know, maybe it's just me being picky. But I find that primers do this. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's kind of like clogging up in my pores here a little bit, gathering. Everywhere else it looks okay, but you know, it could just be my weird face. I don't know. Over here it doesn't seem to be doing that as much. Could just be coincidence. Maybe I'm just having a bad pore day. I don't know. But yes, there it is. The makeup applied pretty darn well over top of the primer. There were no issues with application. Not like there was with the sugar. So yeah, everything looks really good. It smoothed out. Both sides feel exactly the same. I don't know why they would feel any different, but funny enough, it did seem to stick a little bit better to this. So I don't know what kind of, you know, magic they've put into this little tube, because I find that makeup doesn't usually stick that well to silicone-based primers, but I don't think they're lying when they say it's a high adherence silicone primer, which is very interesting to me. So there she is. There's where she sits. Both sides look pretty much identical, except for this little patch over here, but like I said, that could just be a me thing. So I'm going to give the primer benefit the benefit of the doubt for now. There we go. So I'm just going to leave my face like this. I'm not going to put any more makeup over top of it because I don't want to screw with the results and the way it wears throughout the day. But if anything happens of note throughout the afternoon and evening, I will I'll let you know. Otherwise, I will see you tonight. Hello again. It is 10 o'clock in the evening, and I'm just about ready to take all this off. So, figured we should take one final look and see how the primer did. So, I'll just give you a quick close-up of what both sides look like. So here is the side without any primer. And this is the side that did have primer. There you go. So I honestly didn't notice much of a difference throughout the day, either way. Aside from this, I mentioned earlier in the video that there was some patchiness and clumpiness with the makeup here. Because this is my first time using this product, I'm just going to chalk that, I'm going to give the product the benefit of the doubt and just chalk that up to a slight over application of the product on my part. I don't want to write this primer off just, because of something that may have been my mistake. So throughout the day, both sides felt pretty even. I didn't notice any, there you can see, the makeup comes off equally on both my fingers, but it's been on there for a while. And my nose does get oily. So makeup is just not going to stick very well on something that's covered in oil. But on the side with primer, I didn't notice any patchiness. I didn't notice the makeup having trouble adhering to my skin at all, which I'm surprised I'm saying that because this is a silicone-based primer and none of the silicone-based primers that I've used in the past have worked very well at all, so I'm actually really surprised that I'm saying that. There was some creasing under my eye, but that's to be expected. I do have a little wrinkle under each eye. That's just how my eyes are. So it's not the product's fault. It's just that's how my face is. Everything is going to crease there a little bit. It's fine. It is what it is. I did, however, notice that on my forehead, this is the side without primer. This side looks completely fine. Here, I'll show you. You see, this side looks completely fine. This is the side with the primer on it. And I don't know if it's going to come off on camera. Oh, yeah, there it is. You can kind of see it a little bit right here. The makeup settled more into some fine lines that I have, or I should say, expression lines on my forehead, which is interesting because I have more expression lines over here, see? And this is the side that didn't have primer. This is the only side that settled, where the makeup settled into those lines. So, for what it's worth, there's that. It wasn't a huge issue though. I didn't even notice that until maybe half an hour ago. This primer definitely didn't kill my makeup. It isn't a mattifying primer or anything like that. You can still see the glow of the foundation, the shininess. It allowed the oil on my nose to come through a little bit. I think this side of my nose is a little more oily than this side, so the silicones in the primer did help a little bit, I think, with blocking a little bit of oil, but very slight difference. This has been on my face for about 10 hours. So for a 10-hour wear, I'm quite happy with it, to be honest with you. My expectations were honestly low, because this is a a silicone primer, and I have a bad history with silicone primers, so I wasn't really expecting that much. So I am pleasantly surprised that this it didn't screw my face up. The makeup behaved surprisingly well. All in all, I'm astonished to say that the ordinary high-adherence silicone primer is the first silicone-based primer that I actually like. It's not my favorite primer ever, but it performed a lot better than I thought it would. Yeah, I call this a win, for sure. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.